On June 14, 2026, Tunisia played their opening match of the FIFA World Cup. Sweden scored 5, Tunisia scored 1. Within 24 hours, the Tunisian Football Federation announced that Sabri Lamouchi, the man appointed to lead the national team through the most lucrative tournament in football history, had been relieved of his duties. The story wrote itself in real time. A 5-1 defeat, a manager sacked after one match, the first coaching casualty of the 2026 World Cup. The kind of narrative that fits neatly into a headline, a push notification, a 90-second highlight package. This is not a story about a 5-1 defeat. This is not a story about Sabri Lamouchi's competence as a football manager. This is the audit of how a World Cup coaching dismissal reveals the financial operating system of African football, and why the man standing on the touchline was always the least important person in the stadium. Tunisia has qualified for 7 World Cups. They have never advanced beyond the group stage. 7 appearances, 0 knockout matches, a record of consistent arrival and consistent departure. Sabri Lamouchi was appointed in January 2025. He replaced Fawzi Benzarti, a man who had held the position for just 5 months before him. Lamouchi inherited a squad with modest expectations: qualify for the World Cup, perform respectably, continue the cycle. He delivered the qualification. His reward was a contract that ran through 2028. The match against Sweden was scheduled for June 14th in Philadelphia. Kickoff at 9 p.m. local time. By the final whistle, Tunisia had conceded 5 goals, the worst opening match defeat in the nation's World Cup history. On June 15th, the Tunisian Football Federation issued a statement. Lamouchi was out. The language was diplomatic, mutual agreement, new strategic direction. We thank Sabri for his service. 24 hours. That is how long it took for a contract through 2028 to become a press release. To understand why that happened, you need to understand who replaced him. Hours after Lamouchi's dismissal was confirmed, the Tunisian Federation announced his replacement. Hervé Renard. If you follow international football, you know the name. If you follow international football finance, you know the business model. Renard's coaching CV reads like a map of World Cup emergency rooms. Morocco, 2018. Saudi Arabia, 2022, where his team produced the single most shocking result of the tournament, a 2-1 victory over the eventual champions, Argentina, in the opening group match. France women's national team, 2023 to 2024, and now Tunisia, 2026. That is 4 national teams, 4 different federations, 4 separate contracts, and a single identifiable pattern. Hervé Renard does not build programs. He does not develop youth systems. He does not leave an infrastructure behind. He arrives in the final months before a tournament, extracts maximum performance from a squad he did not construct, and departs before the next qualification cycle begins. In 2018, Morocco paid him approximately 800,000 euros per year. In 2022, Saudi Arabia reportedly paid him 1 million euros annually. The France women's team contract was approximately 400,000 euros per year, a reduction that reflected the economics of women's football, not a reduction in Renard's market value. When Egypt and Nigeria made formal offers for his services in 2024, both bids came in at approximately 2 million euros annually. Let that land for a moment. The man who replaces Sabri Lamouchi is not a coach in the conventional sense. He is a World Cup activation specialist. His entire career has been constructed around a single, highly specialized financial proposition: Federations pay a premium for a short-duration operator who can navigate the unique pressure environment of a World Cup group stage. He does not sell stability. He sells the appearance of competence during the window when the cameras are on. This distinction is the entire Lamouchi affair in a single sentence. If this audit is landing, you know where the subscribe button is. To understand why a federation would pay to dismiss a coach under contract through 2028 and immediately pay another coach a premium for what could be as few as 2 remaining matches, you need to understand how FIFA distributes money. The 2026 World Cup carries a record total prize pool of $727 million. The champion will collect $50 million, the runner-up $33 million, third place $29 million. But those are the numbers that generate headlines. The numbers that explain Lamouchi's dismissal are the ones at the bottom of the distribution table. Every team that qualifies for the 2026 World Cup is guaranteed a minimum of $10.5 million, a figure confirmed by the FIFA Council in December 2025. Before that, each qualified federation receives $1.5 million in preparation costs. That means the Tunisian Football Federation collected approximately $12 million the moment their qualification was confirmed, before a single ball was kicked in the tournament. Additional prize money is available for performance. Reaching the round of 32 adds millions more. But the structural reality of African football federations is this: qualification is the terminal financial event. Performance in the tournament is marginal revenue, welcome but not required for the balance sheet to register a success. This is not financial management. This is a distribution mechanism with a football team attached. The Tunisian Football Federation operates on an annual budget that is a fraction of what European clubs spend on a single player acquisition. $12 million from FIFA represents not a bonus, but a structural injection. The kind of capital that funds federation operations, youth programs, administrative salaries, and the political machinery that keeps federation leadership in place. When that money is secured, the coach becomes what corporate accounting would classify as an operating expense, a cost line that can be cut the moment optics demand it. Here is what nobody is saying. Sabri Lamouchi delivered the qualification. That was his function. The $12 million was already in the federation's account. The contract through 2028 was a document, not a commitment. And when a 5-1 defeat in the opening match threatened to embarrass the federation on the largest stage in sport, the calculation was not about Lamouchi's tactical decisions against Sweden. The calculation was about protecting the $12 million that had already been collected. Sabri Lamouchi signed a contract through 2028. That contract carried a termination clause, as all managerial contracts do. The federation described his departure as a mutual agreement. In the language of football governance, mutual agreement means a negotiated settlement. The federation agrees to pay a portion of the remaining contract value in exchange for the coach's signature on a non-disparagement clause and a clean separation. The precise figure is not public. Federation contracts in African football rarely are. But Lamouchi's annual salary was reported in the range of 400,000 to 600,000 euros. A contract through 2028 carried a remaining value of approximately 800,000 to 1.2 million euros. The negotiated settlement likely fell somewhere between 40 and 60% of that figure. That is somewhere between 320,000 and 720,000 euros, paid to remove a coach who had delivered exactly what he was hired to deliver. Now add the cost of Hervé Renard. Renard's market rate for a short-duration World Cup contract, based on his Saudi Arabia deal and the offers from Egypt and Nigeria, is approximately 2 million euros annually. A tournament duration contract, 3 group stage matches, potentially more, would carry a premium above his annual rate. Federation sources typically structure these as a fixed fee for the tournament window plus performance bonuses. A conservative estimate, 1.5 to 2 million euros for what may be 2 matches. The math then is this. To dismiss Lamouchi, approximately 500,000 euros. To appoint Renard, approximately 1.5 to 2 million euros. Total cost of the decision, 2 to 2.5 million euros. In exchange for what? For the appearance of control, for the optical necessity of being seen to act, for the ability to tell the Federation stakeholders, the public, and the international football community that consequences were delivered. 2.5 million euros of a $12 million World Cup dividend spent not on player development, not on infrastructure, not on the next qualification cycle, but on the removal and replacement of one man on the touchline. This is the arithmetic that makes no sense unless you understand who is actually paying. The Federation is paying, but the Federation's money came from FIFA, and FIFA's money came from broadcasters, sponsors, and host nation investments that have already been committed. The $12 million is not at risk. It cannot be lost. It has already been transferred. The Lamouchi dismissal is not a financial penalty for failure. It is a financial expense that the qualification dividend has already covered. This pattern is not unique to Tunisia. It is not unique to Sabri Lamouchi. It is not unique to Hervé Renard. It is the structural condition of African football governance. FIFA distributes money to federations. Federations use that money to fund operations. The coach is the most visible, most replaceable component of that operation. When the cameras catch a 5-1 defeat, the Federation needs to be seen responding. The coach is the response. Bozy Benzardi, Lamouchi's predecessor, lasted 5 months. He was appointed in August 2024 and dismissed in January 2025. 2 coaches, 5 months apart, both removed before their contracts expired, both replaced by a federation that had already secured its World Cup dividend. The Tunisian Football Federation is not uniquely dysfunctional. It is representative. Across African football, the pattern repeats. Federations structured as distribution funnels rather than development institutions. Coaches treated as interchangeable operators, and World Cup qualification functioning as the financial event that makes everything else, including the tournament itself, secondary. Hervé Renard understood this before anyone else. He did not build a career by fighting the system. He built a career by becoming the system's most efficient operator. He is the man you call when you need a coach who can arrive in June, absorb the complexity of a squad he did not build, face the cameras after a defeat, and disappear before the next federation election. He is not a coach. He is an insurance policy with a touchline pass, and the Tunisian Federation did not buy that policy because they believed Renard could win the remaining group stage matches. They bought it because they needed the international football community and their own stakeholders to see that they had done something. Whether it works is irrelevant. The expenditure has already been approved. The money has already been transferred. The audience has already been managed. Whether Tunisia wins, loses, or draws their remaining matches against Colombia and Japan, the Federation has already collected. Lamouchi delivered the qualification. His reward was a contract through 2028. His severance was a press release. Sabri Lamouchi was not fired because Tunisia lost 5-1 to Sweden. He was fired because African football federations are structured to treat World Cup qualification as the terminal financial event, and everything that happens after, including the tournament itself, as a sunk cost that can be managed with the minimum expenditure necessary to maintain institutional appearance. The Tunisian Football Federation collected $12 million from FIFA. They spent approximately $2.5 million of that to remove Lamouchi and install Renard. They will spend no more than they must for the remainder of the group stage. And when the tournament ends, they will begin the next qualification cycle with the balance, $9.5 million, funding 4 years of operations until the next World Cup dividend arrives. Hervé Renard will depart. His contract is for the tournament window only. He will return to the market as the most experienced World Cup fixer in international football. His CV, now spanning 4 federations, 3 continents, and 1 highly specialized financial proposition. The cycle will continue. Another federation will qualify for a World Cup. Another coach will be hired. Another contract will be signed. Another dividend will be collected. Another coach will be dismissed. This is not a story about Sabri Lamouchi. This is not a story about a 5-1 defeat. This is not a story about Tunisia. This is a story about how $12 million from FIFA transforms a football manager from a strategic asset into an operating expense, and how the most honest career in international football belongs to a man who stopped pretending to be a coach and became exactly what the system required: a fixer with a contract that expires the moment the cameras turn off. The audit is complete. Meeting adjourned.